Hey everyone, I finished watching the next couple episodes of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2010 Reversion series. First up, Different Drum. Of the early episodes of MMPR, this is one of the better ones. The actors are starting to fall into their characters more naturally and feel less awkward than before. This is another episode where the edits are relatively minimal. There's occasional text effects, and they're a bit more creative than what we've seen before. There's some weird new transition effects. They're fine, I guess. The plot isn't anything amazing, but I do like it a bit more than the past few episodes. Rita's latest plan is to use a monster with music-based powers to lure the Rangers into a trap. The monster, Gnarly Gnome, tests out his hypnotizing accordion on a deaf girl's friends. The deaf girl isn't affected and goes to the juice bar to get help. Jason knows something's up and gets the others to help. The deaf girl is wearing a hearing aid, so she must be able to hear a little, or the actress is wearing it to hear stage direction or for safety reasons. The gnarly gnome makes the kidnapped girls dance, and they each have a colored glow effect over them. It's weird, but doesn't feel out of place. I could have seen this being present in the original episode. The original episode also had, like, a weird glow around the girls. Bizarrely, Zordon and Alpha never appear in this episode. Very weird, especially this early on. A very interesting effect pops in here. The Pink Ranger in the original episode suffers an odd coloring error. When the Rangers appear morphed, she's gray. In a transition, we see the gray Pink Ranger turn pink. I wonder why they didn't change her to be pink from the start. This error is also present in the Today On segment at the beginning.
Can the Power Rangers stop the gnomes now?
This is one of the episodes with mixed up terminology. The power weapons all get different names, except for Jason's power sword.
Cosmic Cannon!
Bobo! Dino Daggers!
Mighty Base!
This seems like a prime example of what to change if there's anything to change, but for whatever reason, the mixed up terminology is kept unaltered. Kimberly turns gray again in the Megazord footage. I guess no one noticed, or maybe this was beyond their abilities to fix? The Megazord's power sword is called the Mega Sword again.
Power up the Mega Sword!
The Rangers demorph and rescue the kidnapped girls. Billy gets his own personalized transition effect that looks like something out of Bill Nye the Science Guy. Decent episode, and the effects don't get in the way often. Next up, a fan favorite, Episode 6, Food Fight, which was retitled for its original YouTube upload, Food Fight! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, all caps. For some reason. The Rangers are taking part in a food festival to raise money for a preschool. The food seems ridiculously overpriced, even for charity, but then again, this is California.
Yeah, I believe that one's $20. That'll be $20.
It'll cost you $20.
$20?
Things in general are more costly, but still, $20 for one dish of something seems excessive. The rules appear to be certain foods are free. I'm assuming you pay a fee to get in, and then it's all you can eat, but then there's specific dishes you have to pay extra for. Rita is sick, and to be petty, she plans to send a monster to disrupt the food fair. Bulk and Skull show up to cause trouble, and they're accompanied by a couple of friends. A black guy with long hair and sunglasses, and a skinny white girl with frizzy brown hair, also in sunglasses. The girl's name is Sharky. I don't know the guy's name. They were originally intended to be part of a gang of bullies Bulk and Skull hung around with. Their appearances were mostly cut from nearly every episode they appeared in, and were phased out. The food fight is full of frenetic action, and I would have expected it to receive more edits. Surprisingly, little is altered. The new monster, Pudgy Pig, is unleashed, and the Rangers are sent to fight him. In the battle, it eats the Rangers' weapons and escapes through a vortex. A commercial bumper pops in, and here's all the edits I expected to see in the food fight earlier. I'm not sure why most of the edits were confined to the commercial bumper. Pudgy Pig raids the food fair, and the Rangers arrive too late to stop him. Trini notices something. The pig ate everything except spicy food. They come up with a plan. They'll lure him out with food and sneak in the spicy food. Hopefully, it'll make him sick and they'll get their weapons back. Their plan works, and they form the Power Blaster and destroy Pudgy Pig. The Rangers return to the food fair and wonder how they'll clean everything up. Luckily, Alpha 5 was working on a way to trick the pig himself and sends his food to the Rangers. Mr. Kaplan, the school principal, comes in and accidentally eats a sub with spicy radish root inside. Kimberly gives him a jug of water and he proceeds to dump it on himself. A final effect gives Mr. Kaplan moose antlers and a visor for some reason. A fun episode. The added effects were unnecessary but not too intrusive. Next up, Episode 7, Big Sisters. After two pretty fun episodes comes a weaker one. Trini and Kimberly are assigned to be big sisters to a little girl for the day. The little girl is Maria. She's kinda creepy, and an added effect gives her devil horns. Okay, I actually understand this one completely. Rita creates what's easily one of the silliest monsters of MMPR, Chunky Chicken. Not many added effects or edits stand out here, and the episode is kind of a slog. One weird thing to note with this one, this is the first and only episode to mention the Morphin Masters until Dino Fury. The Morphin Masters here are a clumsy way to work in some Jew-Ranger footage of a bunch of random people. Dino Fury went in quite a different direction with them, but their inspiration probably didn't come from this episode, it came from the Boom comics. The comics liked the name Morphin Masters and used it for their own, basically original characters. So yeah, pretty lame episode. Not the worst ever, but definitely not as fun as the last couple. Next time I'll go over the next couple of Mighty Morphin Reversion episodes. That's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.